Section 1, we talk about the fundamental concepts of digital marketing. In Lesson 2, we look at the history of digital marketing. In this lesson, you will learn how digital marketing has evolved over the years and understand how it impacts our everyday lives. Sometimes it's possible to leapfrog and jump right to the latest trends and technologies, while some other times there are necessary steps to follow in order to gain the required experience and maturity before leveraging the latest concepts. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain the evolution of digital marketing, explain the evolution of social media marketing, discuss the marketing technology landscape. Let's have a look at the evolution of digital marketing since its early days in the 1980s. The evolution of digital marketing. The beginnings of marketing technology can be traced back to the 1980s, when computers became sophisticated enough to store a huge volume of customer information. In 1986, ACT, a contact and customer management company, introduced the first database marketing software to the business world. It was essentially a digital Rolodex, only it could store large volume of customer contact information. What we call the web was created in 1989, and by 1995 there were already 16 million internet users. In 1998, AOL, a glorified version of the older built-in board system concept, was a dominant player. Over 40% of people on the internet checked the site regularly and spent up to 30 minutes on it. The concept of a customer relationship management computer system exploded in the 1990s. While the initial internet was strictly non-commercial in nature, it took a turn in 1993 with the appearance of the first ad banner. Once it took a commercial turn, things accelerated, and less than a year later, the first e-commerce transaction was completed. By 1999, the crowded CRM landscape consolidated significantly, and Salesforce pioneered the concept of software as a service. Instead of requiring local and costly infrastructure, marketers could delegate the complexity to an internet-based service better suited and specialized for the task of maintaining customer data and automating some marketing tasks, so marketers could continuously improve their understanding of customer needs and prioritize their experience. By the year 2000, there were 558 million internet users worldwide. But things took a turn in March 2000, when the speculative dot-com bubble hit its peak, then burst. By the mid-2000s, digital behavior changed the power dynamic between buyer and seller dramatically. Users began researching products and making decisions about them online and on their mobile phones before ever talking to a salesperson. In 2004, Google goes public, Facebook goes live, then it's YouTube, Twitter, and Amazon sales reached $10 billion. The marketing technologies and concepts improve, and the ability to conduct experiments, called split test, allows online marketers to test, measure, and improve faster than ever. The iPhone was born in 2007, and it transformed the concept of smartphone. Innovation continued with the launch of Spotify in 2008 and marketplaces like Groupon. Marketing automation from Salesforce, Marketo, Pardot, and others enabled marketers to launch multi-channel campaigns, segment their audiences, and serve up highly personalized content. It was an attempt to gain control over what some experts dubbed the World Wild West. Those were the first technology built by marketers for marketers. But while marketing automation was an important development, it couldn't adapt fast enough to the exponential evolution of consumer channels and devices. Social media, for example, was still in its infancy in the mid-2000s. Marketing automation did not plan for social to emerge as one of the leading marketing outlets. To meet the channel-specific needs of marketers, new, highly specialized software companies began popping up. By the end of the decade, the marketing technology landscape mushroomed with solutions for social, mobile, search, and analytics. But this proliferation of choices wasn't without its consequences. Over the past decade, consumers have transformed from being tech-savvy to tech-dependent. As a result, They expect a seamless user experience from brands across every device and every digital channel. This expectation has prompted both a diversification of marketing technology and a consolidation of it. In 2011, web usage surpassed TV viewership among youth, and some people were spending as many as 11 hours per day on the internet. Today's marketers are plagued with a paradox of choice. Despite the slew of solutions at their disposal, they're more stumped than ever over what tools to incorporate into their marketing technology stack, why they're important, and how to organize internally around technology to deliver meaningful results. A survey revealed that only half of the marketers feel highly proficient in digital marketing. Worse, only 4 out of 10 think their company marketing is effective. They feel the pressure to show return on investment on marketing spend. Things continue to evolve quickly. Mobile exceeded desktop internet usage 2 years ago, and in the big data era, we see the emergence of predictive analytics, machine learning, and the Internet of Things, which will continue to be disruptive concepts. The evolution of social media. Most of today's social media stems from a few core technologies: chat, newsgroups, file sharing, essentially user-generated content organized around topics of interest. Those concepts have been repackaged with a better user experience and enhanced with more intelligence thanks to big data, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. There are a few dominant players we all know: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Snapchat, but there's also a multitude of smaller or niche solutions. Beyond those platforms, many players are integrating social at the core of their offering, like TripAdvisor, for example, which includes comments from their users, or even how GoPro is tapping on its own brand advocates to create a unique experience. A host of social media ideas emerged over the years. Some went belly up, others were swallowed by bigger fish, and although we don't know in which shape or form, we expect the social media landscape will continue to shift. The fast-paced MarTech landscape evolution. The advancement of so many transformative new technologies over the last 5 to 10 years is shaking up the modern marketing world. From the emergence of wearable technology, Internet of Things, chatbots, and mobile payment, disruption is taking place nearly everywhere we look. All of those technologies open new opportunities to meet and surpass consumer expectations. However, this is only possible if marketers can keep their skill set up to date and integrate new ways of working into existing business processes. The technological advancements we're seeing is not linear. Instead, it is occurring rapidly in the form of major leaps, with consumers and pioneering tech companies leading the charge. Internal politics and organizational culture of many businesses makes it difficult to keep up. In fact, consumers often have more advanced technology in the palm of their hand and much greater expectations than the pace at which businesses are able to adapt. The proliferation of solutions means marketers should have a decent understanding of the marketing technology landscape. The marketing technology landscape. So this evolution of the marketing technology landscape of ad networks, marketing tools, CRM tools, social media monitoring tools and analytics, and all those technologies. In fact, ChiefMartech.com has been keeping track of the marketing technology landscape for several years. In 2011, their chart showed about 100 company logos organized in a few categories. By 2015, there were close to 2,000 vendors organized in 43 different categories. The latest version of 2017 grew another 40% from 2016 to reach over 5,000 different solutions. So it's no surprise that the ecosystem is very, very complex. But the good news is, if you have a marketing idea, there's probably something out there to help you out. As a marketer, understanding what we call the technology stack is critical if you want to make the most of the tools and technologies you have at your disposal. In fact, Understanding your marketing technology landscape is so important that Chief Martech asked people to submit their marketing stack. They could illustrate the value chain, a technical architecture, a customer journey map, a process flow diagram, a market strategy, or a capabilities matrix. They had to provide their own original view of how marketing technology is orchestrated in their organization. So Microsoft submitted this one. You don't have to create something fancy and fairly complex, but you get the grasp of the concept. Mapping your tech stack will help you leverage the power of each tool more efficiently and see how they can interact together to provide a more complete picture. This entry was the winner of the Chief Martech contest called the Stackies. If you do something like this, it doesn't have to be as complex as the next example shows. Talkwalker is a provider of social media monitoring services, and they disclose their own marketing stack. What is of particular interest here is their approach in the alignment to the customer lifecycle: attract, nurture, convert, engage, and a last one for collaboration. As we see, some solutions are better suited to answer specific needs. Using services like Siftery.com, G2Crowd, or TrustRadius can help you identify the tools used by similar or competing companies. We didn't want to inundate you with too much technical info. Remember, the tech landscape is evolving very fast. New players are emerging on a daily basis, while others are being swallowed by bigger players or simply disappear. If you have a crazy marketing idea, there's probably a tool or many to help you out. Key takeaways. We should remember digital marketing has evolved at a rapid pace in the past years, and understanding this evolution will help you leapfrog to its latest concepts and trends. Social media has transformed the way we interact with other people and with brands. MarTech, marketing and technology, applies to major initiatives, efforts, and tools that harness the power of technology to achieve marketing goals and objectives.